Hi, I'm Rosemary Thigpen, and this presentation is going to demonstrate how you can integrate a combination of standards into your curriculum. And so we're going to start off by talking about the 21st Century Learner standards. Here's a link to the standards. I just wanted you to be able to see what they look like. And the American Association of School Libraries, the AASL, has put out a really easy to follow document with the standards listed on them. And and it makes it very easy to copy and paste these into your lesson plans. There's four main domains to the standards, and I'm going to go over each one of them. Okay, so the first set of standards focuses on skills that students are doing based off of mastering a topic, and then they can demonstrate that they fully understand the topic matter using technology. The second set of standards is making sure that students are achieving that next level of understanding, and then they're able to demonstrate their knowledge on the subject matter. The third set of standards involves students demonstrating to others their level of understanding with the use of presentations. And then the students also demonstrate their willingness to dig further, deeper into their understanding of the standard. And then finally, the fourth set of standards for the 21st century learner has students using their own personal experiences and takes into account how they're going to control their investigating and how they're going to control their own curiosities. So these standards are important for today's student because we want to ensure that we are challenging students today, and that we are using new resources to challenge them with. And we need to make sure that we're going to give every student the opportunity to use technology and explore with it and to further their education with today's resources. And librarians and teachers need to work hand in hand doing this. Okay, so just an overview or a recap of what we just talked about. These 21st century standards for learners. There's four main components. All of these are in a continuous relationship with each other, and these standards are going to guide teachers and librarians to prepare effective resources and lesson plans using technology. And then in turn, because the teachers and librarians have done this collaboratively, that we're going to encourage students to think critically and use that higher order thinking to develop problem-solving skills and strategies to take their learning to the next level. Here's just a basic little domain chart that I came up with using the four different domains for the 21st century learner. The first set requires them to think critically and to gain knowledge. By doing that, they're able to create and draw conclusions from decisions that they've made on their own, and then use those new situations to grow on new knowledge. See where they share knowledge and participate as a productive member of society using this new technology. And then we should be able to see them grow in a personal experience through using this type of technology. Another set of standards is put out by the International Society of Technology, and we call those the IST standards for students. Here's a link to those standards. It's another very easy to follow document where teachers can go in and click on these indicators, and you can easily copy and paste these and put them into your lesson plans. There's seven different standards or domains to follow with indicators for each. These are going to promote future-ready learning for students, and it promotes the use of technology. Okay, so we're going to talk about lesson planning and linking all of these standards together with the Georgia Performance Standards. I've done this with using 5th grade standards since I teach 5th grade. Okay, so the first one, just following along those 4 domains. The first set of standards that the AASL, the 21st Century Learner Standards, this one is going to focus on knowledge, and I chose to evaluate information found in selected resources and use those selected resources to find accuracy, validity, appropriateness. I combined that with the IST standard that students engage in positive, safe, legal, and ethical behavior while using technology online. And then I also combined that with the Georgia Performance reading standard here, drawing information from multiple print or digital resources to demonstrate the ability to locate an answer to a question, to solve a problem efficiently. Here's the lesson plan that I came up with. We are moving into a new book, The Watsons Go to Birmingham, and students are going to introduce, the teacher is going to introduce the characters and the setting with a flip book. Students are going to fill out this flip book with an elbow partner, and by doing this, we're going to make a connection with the time period that this book is set in. And we're going to talk about the location, just bringing that text-to-world connection back and background knowledge about the book before we even get started with it. Here's a video that I linked about the time period, just so that we can make a connection with the time period. It was just a simple video that we found on YouTube about this 1960s time period, just to bring excitement to the students about the book. We won't go through the whole video. Okay, and then we're going to continue to build on that background knowledge by using our Chromebooks to compare the years 1963 with today. And students are going to fill out a Venn diagram chart using Google Sheets, a Google Sheets document. And then we're going to go ahead and read chapter 1 from the book. So by encompassing some technology into this Georgia Performance Standard that I had drawn up for this, we can effectively allow students to gain that knowledge that they need to become more proficient in the standard. The second lesson plan that I created discusses how we're going to draw conclusions from informed decisions. That's the AASL standard, and we're going to create new knowledge by developing understanding and problem-solving skills. I combine that with the IST standard that students are going to break problems into component parts and extract key information to develop descriptive models to understand complex systems or facilitate problem-solving skills. And I combine that with the Georgia Performance Reading Standard for 5th grade that we're going to compare and contrast stories in the same genre. I actually chose to do historical fiction, and it's going to extend their knowledge about similar themes and topics. So the lesson plan that I created to go along with that combination of standards is pulling a variety of books, working with the same genre. I'm going to have the librarian pull several different historical fiction books, short stories. Don't want to do a chapter book for time constraints, but based off this 1930s time period, Great Depression. And then the teachers are going to break these students down into partner groups so that students can work on a collaborative Google Slides document. And they're going to compare and contrast two books to present to the class. And their presentation should include 3 similarities and 3 differences from this historical fiction genre. And they must include a summary from each book. So going back to the 3 different standards for that lesson plan, they're going to, I've, drawn conclusions. I've applied knowledge to new situations and new knowledge by having them read a couple of different books. And I'm having them collaborate with each other to develop new understanding and make decisions and problem solve with each other. And so it's, as you can see, again, it's easy to combine those 3 different types of standards.